Okay, I figured I'd take y'all on a little ride with me. Um, I haven't got to go live in a little bit, but and I apologize for that. I really do. But this is about the only chance that I had, so I figured I'd take y'all on a little bit of ride with me today. Um, I got it on my heart pretty heavy on my way to Walmart, and I don't care what you're going through. I want you to know that you're not going through it alone. Can you fix this? Okay. I know you can only see half of me, but I have to be able to see. But anyway, you're not going through it alone. Um, Maybe you feel like uh, no matter what you do, you just can't get nowhere. Maybe you feel like you've been in this valley just a little bit too long. Uh, maybe there's maybe you've been to the doctor and got bad news. I just want to say pray anyway. Um, don't got the money for that bill? Pray anyway. Got a loved one that's on drugs? Pray anyway. Because God does hear your prayers. Uh, you hear me talking a lot about prayer on here. But the reason for that is because, and it's raining, y'all, I'm sorry. But the reason for that is that's how we get things changed. In my neighborhood, my hometown, yesterday, school was canceled because a young man was found that unalived himself in the school parking lot. Now, people, we are losing our kids to everything under the sun. And it breaks my heart to think that there is somebody out there that thought there was no other way out. There is. God is a master physician. It doesn't matter what you're going through. The God that I serve raised Lazarus from the dead. He gave sight to the blind. He parted the Red Sea. He talked to Moses through a burning bush, and there is nothing too big or too little for him to take care of. He is an awesome God, and if you don't know him, I invite you to know him. Uh, he said, seek and ye shall find. A lot of times we wonder why things aren't getting done in our lives. The Bible says you have not because you've asked not. Remember when you pray that there is nothing that God can't do. Nothing too big and nothing too little. He can take care of every problem that you have. This isn't going to be a very long life. Uh, I'm actually going to get to spend a little bit of time with my hubby this week on the road. But let's remember to just remember you're not alone. I guess that's that's the biggest thing that I just want you to know. You're not alone, and God does hear your prayers. Um, it may feel like you've been in this valley longer than you wanted to be, but just know that God gives his toughest trials to his strongest warriors. And what you're going through today will mold you for the person you're going to be tomorrow. That foundation you're laying now will be the foundation your children build its house on. So don't give up. Hold on a little longer because God's got big things in store for you. You are blessed and highly favored. It doesn't matter what anybody on this earth has said to us. God made each and every one of us for a particular purpose and a reason. What he did for Moses, he'll do for me. What he did for Daniel, he'll do for me. What he did for Lazarus, he'll do for me. And he'll do it for you too. You just gotta just have faith and stick in there. Like I said, if you're sick, pray anyway. If you're looking for that job that you've been praying about, maybe they've called and said they gave it to somebody else. Pray anyway. Maybe there was something at that job that you wasn't supposed to be around. Maybe God is protecting you from what you thought was going to bless you, could have destroyed you. Just pray anyway. What have you got to lose? What you've been doing evidently isn't working. Give him a shot. You know, I've been through quite a bit, and I will not sit here and say that I've not had my struggles. I have, but I can tell you that God has never let me down. There's been times where I did feel like I was alone. I'm not gonna lie to you, but every tear I ever shed, God saw. He knows the number of hairs that's on your head. You know, I'm sure when David went out to fight Goliath, see, David was just 4'10". Goliath was 9'6". David was just a shepherd boy. Goliath had been a warrior since he was young. And when David was taking food down to his brothers because his father Jesse told him to, they were talking and said the king would grant riches, give permission to marry one of his daughters. The family wouldn't have to pay taxes to the person that could kill Goliath. Now, 40 days, every morning and every afternoon, Goliath, and it calls him his champion, so he is the Philistines' champion. So he had done this before. He'd come down and challenged the Israelites. Pick your champion, and if they beat me, then we'll bow down to you all. If they don't, he was defiling Israel. And when David got down there, the Israelites was hunkered in a ditch pretty much. And he told Saul, he said, I'm paraphrasing, but he said, I'll do it. Because when a lion would come, I keep my father's sheep, and when a lion comes or a bear, I smote them. When it come to scatter his sheep, he's talking about how he had defeated the lion and he had defeated the bear and he could defeat the Philistines. David remembered what God had brought him from. He even called him an uncircumcised Philistine. While everybody was looking at how tall Goliath was, David was looking at what Goliath didn't have. Because back in Genesis, God said to make a covenant with Israel that his people, the males, would be circumcised. And David said that Goliath he wasn't one of God. So he knew who was on his side. He knew who would be fighting that battle. And that's what I asked you to do. David took 5 stones, and I imagine he took 5 stones because that's probably the amount of times that it took him before to hit whatever he was aiming at. I don't know. The Bible don't specify. But David knew that what he needed was God. He had a slingshot and 5 stones, and he killed a giant. Now, I don't care what your giant is today. God is more than able to help you kill to slay that giant. It doesn't matter what you're going through. God is more than able to take care of that for you. We all face giants. You know, one thing that I noticed in that story, though, and you can find it in 1 Samuel chapter 17. But what I noticed was David didn't take a sword. And after he threw the stone, and it says that the stone sunk into Goliath's forehead, killing him. He went over and he took Goliath's sword from his sheath, and he cut his head off. The very sword that was meant to kill David was what he used. He didn't bring his sword, he used Goliath. And I've said it before, sometimes the things that are meant to destroy us, God will use to deliver us. But I just felt like somebody's struggling today. Somebody's feeling like no matter what they do, they can't get ahead. And I'm here to tell you, God hears your prayers. Just hold on to Him. Keep praying. And have faith that God can deliver you. You ain't alone. I know it may feel like it, but you are not alone. I love you all. And like I said, I am sorry that I haven't been live. You know me, I've got busy with life. But I'm finally getting a little break. And God's moving. He is. We started a woman's prayer group, me and my cousins, and it's been going real good. So be praying for me. I'll be praying for you all. And remember this week, don't forget to pray. Don't forget to pray, because that is the keys to the kingdom. If you go to make a cake, you take all of your ingredients. Well, the answer to the things that you need in life is prayer. So just know you're not alone. It may look dark. It may look hopeless. But you keep praying and have faith in God, and He will deliver you from this valley that you've been walking in. And believe it or not, you have to go through a valley to get to the mountaintop. At the bottom of every mountain is a valley. So keep pressing on. Keep praying. I love you all, and if you need me, message me. And I hope that you all like the way I've changed the channel. I decided to keep this one because it does have the community tab, and I can't go live as often as I'd like to. But I do like posting like Bible verses or stuff like that. So it just made more sense for me. Shoot, running 2 channels, you all know I barely can run this. But I love you all, and I may try to go live while we're on the road. It's just really according to how that works out for me. I don't want to make no promises and then have to break them. But remember, it takes 0 effort to be a good human being.